one of your main areas of research is emotional regulation. Can you explain a bit about what that actually means?
Mm-hmm. I think in simpler terms, it's looking at how people manage emotions. So we experience various challenging situations in our daily lives, frustrations at work, frustrations in our relationship. When we lose a pet, we feel intense sadness. So my work looks at how people manage mostly negative emotions in different kinds of situations. So my PhD study examined how people manage negative emotions when they're faced with challenges during goal pursuit. And we actually followed students for our first study. Students completed daily diary studies over a course of a semester. And we asked them at the beginning to write down a goal that was significant, important to them to achieve over the course of the semester. As you can imagine, lots of students wrote down getting good grades. Some of them were increasing fitness or spending more time with family and friends. So all of these are really important personal goals that people want to achieve. So we've contacted them throughout, but also at the end of the semester to track whether they actually achieved their goals and if they were successful. And what we found was people who said they suppressed their emotions more. So when they try to, put a lid on their negative emotions and they hid it from their partners or friends, they were actually less likely to be successful with their goal over time. And they felt less close and intimate to their relationship partner in terms of support received. And they also experienced greater depressive symptoms. So they felt worse about their goal over time.
I don't think I've ever thought about being able to openly process emotions as a way of getting my shit done, being able to, move forward in life. But that does make sense, that if you're holding yourself, like you said, putting a lid on things and holding yourself back emotionally, then is it that you're not therefore able to, I don't know, sounds cheesy, but live a fuller life and you inhibit yourself from going and getting what you want?
I think the research suggests that when you're suppressing your emotions, it takes a lot of cognitive effort. So imagine that you're interacting with your partner and you're telling them about how frustrated and how sad about or worried about your goal that you're not achieving, or you're really worried about this test and you're having difficulty studying. And during this interaction, you're trying not to express your emotions. There's a lot of energy in terms of attention and resources that goes into suppressing your emotions. So when you do this, it interrupts the interaction because your partner now doesn't know how you're actually feeling because you're not showing your authentic self, which also means they don't know how to support you. And in terms of with the goal directly, this inhibition or the cognitive effort that it requires to suppress your emotions mean that you have less resources to actually direct towards your goal.
Yeah.
Because you're so worried and you're trying to suppress your worry, and you're at the same time, you're also trying to study. So you just have less resources and attention to direct the things that has to be done. People also reported feeling less competent. So the more they suppress their emotions, the less confident they felt about achieving their goal.
So I guess that I feel like that goes against what most people would probably assume to be true, where say you're feeling a negative emotion, whether that's in a relationship or just in general. I guess the reason that a lot of people suppress it is because it feels easier to do that than to actually process and feel your emotions. But the research shows that it takes more energy to put a lid on those things than it does to actually feel them.
Yeah.
It's exhausting.
It is exhausting. And it's interesting, right? Because we see all those posters that say keep calm and carry on. But actually not dealing with your emotions is actually more damaging than what, than people think. So we actually contrasted this with another type of emotion regulation strategy called cognitive reappraisal.
Okay.
So cognitive reappraisal is when you try to reframe the situation in a positive light. Reframe how you think about yourself and coping with the situation. And this can actually be more beneficial. So if you just take a step back and think, actually, I've kept up with my studies during the semester. I have done well with practice tests. So I think I'll be okay.
Yeah.
So reframing how you think about the situation or your ability to cope can actually be helpful.
Yeah.
You can look us up on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, wherever it is that you doom scroll your life away. And if you want to see more of me, you can head to Instagram at Goddess by Night.